They're doing the work for the rich white people up on the hill, and all of that. So it's like a what we call it what do we say, a neo-colonial regime here. You know, the rich people and the corporation can sit back and let all this stuff happen, even though they call the shots. They call the shots. So we can't. That's why I told someone, don't fixate on the cops themselves as much as you fixate on their masters behind them and the system behind them. And that's what we do. They're just the first line to stop us. First line. But we got to go beyond them. And the only way we can go beyond them is build a movement strong enough. Yeah, I know I'm stopping. Oh, I'm sorry. She's right, something else. But so I want to give that to you. And we're off our schedule. We apologize. We got thrown off. We had, what was it, a half hour or so detour trying to get here from our neighborhood. They had blocked it all, the straight shot to down, to get over where we need to go, get over here. They had blocked it off and everything, so we couldn't get here. So we're off our schedule. But we did want to just say these opening remarks to you. And in the next segment, are we going to go early or are we going to try to work through it? Now? Or you want no break? Or you got a break? Yeah, so we've talked, and we know everybody's tired because I should yell at them. And so we're going to stand up and walk around and take a short break and so forth. But I wanted to give you something, and all of us want to give you something, you know. And like I said, every one of the things we said is a part of a narrative. A narrative. Listen, we've been doing this work here between us. Oh my goodness, thank God. It's over a century. Well over. We're older people. Yeah, it's well over a century of practical organizing in all kinds of movements. And we're still going strong, you know what I'm saying? So it would be criminal not to impart that information to you. Because who knows, I might not be here, this may be the last time you see me or see Joanna, or whoever, you know, or Brother Alfredo. And so we need to give this to you now so that you can understand what's happening in the world. You can understand all the tricks, you know what I'm saying? What's going on. And everybody's community is somewhat different, we understand that. But the same kind of bullshit that they tell after they murdered somebody, and all this stuff is pretty much the same. Now, they have never prosecuted anyone here, or even talked about prosecuting anyone here for killing anyone, anybody. At least in some of your cities, you talk about cops got indicted and this, that, and the other, and that's great. But usually what happens is the cop doesn't get convicted. Or if he does get convicted, he gets convicted of such a minor offense, 3 or 4 years for taking somebody's life. But here it's never happened at all. No respect whatsoever. To hell with those lives, you know. And we have no power, they feel. We have no movements anymore. They've destroyed our movement. Like the brother said, they systematically destroyed even civic groups, black civic groups. So we got nothing right back with. So that's why we're building a movement now. And this is a majority black city, and we had started with the black community, of course, and then build a broader based movement to bring in everyone else. And that's what we're doing. We're forced to do it that way. And it's logical to do it that way. We don't apologize for it. But we can't allow ourselves to be baited either. We will not be baited over working with whites and all. There's some, I'm going to just lay it out, brother. There's some black nationalists who feel that if we work with white people, somehow we're selling out. It's not as simple as that at all. It never has been. At this stage, the so-called black nationalist movement is a collaborationist movement. I mean, there's too much of that shit. Let's be clear about it. The so-called black nationalist movement is a collaborationist movement. You don't have black power where people are fighting. You don't have the Black Panther Party and all that where people fight police brutality. You ain't got that. You ain't had it in years. You know, and you don't even have what we call honest liberals, as if it was really such a thing. But you don't even have them speaking up now. You know, it's like, we can't get involved in that. Police are doing their job. They're holding back these tired of criminals and so forth and so on. And so this is why when these black kids or young black kids or whoever are killed here, this is why when they kill a so-called animal hoarder, which is fucking ridiculous to me. Absolutely, utterly ridiculous. You're going to kill some man. Oh, I mean, sure, he shouldn't be, mistreat the animals, but you're going to go in with a SWAT team and take him out? Oh, come on. But this is it here. Every kind of tiny interaction with the police requires police state terrorism. Every tiny interaction. You can get killed for anything here. I mean, this woman recently, a woman went into this so-called mansion and took it over and started living there, started living in this mansion. A black woman in a white neighborhood. She had, she was like, she took it over. They brought in the SWAT team. They threw it up on the TV and all this stuff like it was a hostage situation or something. She's holding the house hostage. You know, and then they got this woman on $2 million bail. Hell, there's people who committed murder that don't have no $2 million bail. But this is the kind of stuff you got going on. Absolute utter insanity. You don't have to wait a minute.
Well, we'll take a short break. It's about 10 after 11. So we'll come back together at 11:30. It'll put us kind of back on track. So yeah.
When we come back, you all should be ready to speak about what you're doing.
Working with people that are not from Memphis, because we want to know what's going on where you are as a prelude to our discussion later to talk about how we build this network. Okay? So yeah.
Well, you can come there for that matter.
Yeah, because but you want to hear from the folks. So we'll take